Hi, my name's Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you about what rose quartz actually does. Yes, what it actually does. It's not the crystal you actually think it is. I'm not going to complicate this video, but I'm going to simplify it in a very specific manner because people think when they use rose quartz it attracts love, but they don't know actually how it attracts love. I'm going to tell you, nothing is outside of yourself. Your vibration impacts your entire environment. When you show up to a place and everyone's being mean to you, it could mean there's something about your aura that leads to them being mean to you. It could be something there or something lack thereof. Rose quartz is a crystal that will make you poppin', but it's not what you think. I'll explain it in this video in depth. It's a love crystal, but it's actually a cleaning crystal. This crystal is a cleaning crystal. It's a cleansing crystal. This is how this works. This is how it works by its action. Is rose quartz going to pull love to you directly? No, it's a gemstone. It's a tool to help you work on yourself so you move closer to the Most High God and so that you purify your vessel. Now, when you work with rose quartz, you have to understand, some people do get frustrated, like, I use rose quartz and it's not finding me love. And they're like, yeah, this doesn't work. Okay. Rose quartz is very specific. It works on you. This is not the ultimate love crystal simply because some people who work with rose quartz and they can't find love, it's because they need to work with another crystal. I'll give you an example. If you're working with rose quartz to find love, but there's no love within yourself because of certain thought patterns or certain beliefs, that'll just push it away from you. For example, some people are really repelling love because they're like, well, if I just be mean to them, then they'll think I'm rare. And that person they don't have anyone around them. That person's lonely and just by themselves. There's different aspects to rose quartz. A lot of people will use it as a love crystal, so I'll teach it as a love crystal, but I'm going to teach it outside the spectrum of it being a love crystal. Rose quartz cleans the heart chakra. If you want to know which one's rose quartz, on my chest, right there. Madagascan rose quartz. These are both rose quartz. Now, this is morganite. This is pink beryl, pink aquamarine. So this is blue aquamarine, pink aquamarine. Very, very beautiful. So most people actually should have rose quartz plus another crystal. So I'm going to teach you guys how to use your rose quartz correctly. It's usually with another crystal. It's usually with a protection crystal. Rose quartz does not protect you. It does not. It protects you from yourself, but it doesn't protect you from negative energy. You can think of rose quartz as a sponge. And I've talked to several people over the course of years just people who have used rose quartz. For example, I talked to a very, very mighty person. Like, they're very tall, strong. I'm not going to say who it was. They're over 6 feet, 6'3", 6'4". They're probably taller than that. And they're very muscular and very manly, and just like, yeah. And my impression, I'm not gonna say who this person is, but this person is just a very, very strong and bold person. But even the strongest person and the boldest person could be missing something. I asked them what their experience with rose quartz was, and they said it literally knocked them back. It basically knocked them down. It's like, it surprised them because it kind of scared them. So this person, when he used rose quartz, it scared him because he was having all these because sometimes people will get a giant crystal reaction simply because it's the crystal they actually needed. So this person will use rose quartz and they'll be like, what in the world? And it'll knock a grown man down, especially if that man is not. I can't speak for this person. I don't know what was happening because it was their story and how they encountered the rose quartz, but for my guesstimations is that person had an imbalance of masculine and feminine. Rose quartz is the feminine, and like I said, this is a very tall, mighty person. And if you have too much masculine, even on a Kai scale, even from ancient Chinese medicine and stuff like that, which I'm a spiritual channel, disclaimer, this is only spirituality, but this is for the purpose of teaching about spiritual stuff. It's this person might have had an imbalance between masculine and feminine, and they finally got a balance of feminine, and it scared them because that's a whole new energy if that person doesn't have that energy there. That's actually one of the things, because you hear toxic masculinity, but there's also too much masculinity without it being toxic to the point where it is toxic. So it has to be a balance. It has to be yin and yang. It can't just be all yang, or there's going to be issues. You can look that up online too. Interesting stuff to study. The law of gender. It's a universal law. This is spiritual law. It's like, yeah, I just want masculine, or I just want feminine. You're going to be messed up if you just have one of the two. Then, yeah. For example, if someone, when women in particular, they're like, should I get moonstone or should I get sunstone? I'm like, are you a little more masculine as a person or as an energy? Not as a person, because you could look very feminine and have very masculine qualities or energies. But if that person uses a crystal that's kind of the opposite of them, it equals them out, versus if they have too much of one, it's not as helpful. Now, what am I saying about rose quartz? Why did it do this action? It's because rose quartz is actually a sponge. It's like you could think of it as a pink sponge. A pink sponge. What this crystal does, it cleans your heart chakra. It makes you more lovable. It brings people to you because it purifies your energy. Like I said, there's nothing outside of yourself. There's nothing outside of yourself. What you perceive this reality as is because you woke up out of bed and you looked at the world in a very certain way. So let's just say rose quartz made you a little more loving, a little more caring, which is sometimes all you need. That's sometimes all you need is a little more care, a little more thought, a little more love. Actually, a lot of people need a lot more love, but it fills a void. So if it feels empty in your heart, it's like a hollowness. Rose quartz fills that like an abundant cup, like just a vat of water, a bucket of water to the very top. Now, you have to keep in mind, when you wear rose quartz, I would wear it as a necklace. It goes over, where is this over? My heart chakra. Directly over my heart chakra. So rose quartz does the exact sponge cleaning action when it's on your heart. And I'm teaching something very interesting is most people just wear their crystals on one side. But when they switch their crystals to different sides, they get a very large reaction. They're just like, what was that? It's because, and if you haven't already, try it. On my website, where you can get bracelets from floridastonian.com, when you get a bracelet from me, try wearing it on your left side for a week and then switch it to your right side. And you're like, whoa, what's this? Holy cow, what is this? Because it puts off a very large release of energy, but you'll be a little more moody, etc. So let's talk about what happens when you wear rose quartz on your left. When you wear it on your left, which people traditionally teach, wear it on your left because that's what you receive. If you want to receive the energies of love, so you'll wear it on your left, and it'll work for you for maybe a couple of weeks the way you want it to, and then you'll see some kind of stagnancy if it's not a necklace, because it's doing a yin or a yang job. So when it's on the left side of your body, you're receiving energies from it, and you're feeling calm, you're feeling more loving, you're feeling smooth. But when you go into your environment, a lot of people aren't being as loving, so it's not helping. It is helping, but it's helping you. But if you need more work to be more projective, because let's just say you've mastered your energy without the rose quartz, and you show up into your environment and people are loving because you have that about your energy already. But if you don't know that it's not there, when you show up to your environment, people might not be as receiving. Versus when you switch the rose quartz to your right, you might be a little more emotional, you might be a little more upset, a little more frazzled, but you'll notice people in your environment become more loving. Why do you get upset and frazzled? Because when you switch it to your left side, from your left to your right, is when you start releasing the energy that it was carrying. So if you're feeling all these different love energies from the rose quartz that's on your left side, and I'll show you guys my new bracelet design. How cool is that? Look at Florida Stone Man's new design. I actually condensed the bracelets to be able to teach you guys better. Look how beautiful. So I could teach you all the different gemstones. Holy cow. Holy moly. Holy crystal. But rose quartz it cleans your heart chakra, so when you switch it to your right, it's now releasing that energy. It's releasing reasons why you couldn't love. It releases love blockages. It releases trauma. And rose quartz, it cleans trauma. Not like other crystals, but it does clean trauma. Let's just say if you're not a loving person, it releases that. It just flat out releases that. So it pushes that out into your environment and it cleans your soul. So when you're using rose quartz, Rose quartz will just help you feel more loved. Rose quartz will help you feel yourself. So, and yes, I'm looking around because it's Florida. I'm just keeping an eye out because when people walk behind my car, I'm just being extra aware because, like I said, I'm in the park, so when I see iguanas, I'll see other things too. So there'll be random iguanas pulling up. So yeah, I'm always keeping an eye out. And there's actually a giant blue, I wish I could turn the camera without putting it at people, but there's a giant blue heron or whatever that is just pulled up. So yeah, I don't know if you guys just saw rocks at the back of my head, but I'm putting a whole bunch of gemstones at the back of my head. When I said there's a whole bunch of gemstones at the back of my head, I wasn't kidding. But back to the topic of rose quartz, because like I said, in Florida, you cannot be doing videos without looking around. It's just flat out dangerous. It's not what you do. I don't care where you are in Florida, you'll end up on the news. And yeah, I'm very cautious in that sense. I know my angels are, God sends beautiful angels to surround my car, but I have to do my part as well in looking around. So, when it comes to rose quartz, when you put it on your right side, it releases it into your environment, and all those blockages, all these effects of just why you can't love is just released. It's released. So people will, for a couple of days, they'll feel moody, emotional, etc. So deep cleanse it, and switch it back to your left side for a day, then switch it to your right. So I call it circuiting it. So it's doing the work. It takes a lot longer to do its job as a bracelet than it does as a necklace. I'll teach you why. I showed this example. So that's my arm. So if I'm wearing the bracelets, it's going from my arm up here to the heart, back down here, because energy circulates when it comes to the body spiritually. Then it goes to the other side, it goes circulate, it turns back, it goes up and down. The rose quartz passes to different chakras because everything's circulating around. Energy goes from up, down, it goes from your crown to your feet. But when you wear it as a necklace, especially over the direct chakra, not as a pendant, because pendants are good, but it goes up to your gateway chakras as well. So it's almost like having a rose quartz on your head, because when the crystal and the rose quartz touch the back of your head, now you're calm. Now you're feeling calm. Like in a different sense, you're feeling calm, and more so of the gateway sense. The gateway chakra is actually where a lot of your guides put energies. This is where entities usually attack too. So I highly suggest it as a necklace that you can get from floridastoneman.com. But anytime you can put a crystal directly on the exact chakra, take it. If you have a palm stone, put it at the back of your neck, and you're like, is this like a new crystal now? It feels like it's doing something new. It's because the crystal is extremely powerful when worn around the neck. It's literally armor. Back to the topic of rose quartz. It's a cleaning crystal. It doesn't work by attracting love like that, because when you wear it on the right side, for example, and what happens when you wear rose quartz as a necklace? It's doing yin and yang. If you're unable to wear a necklace because you're at work and you're running around or something, let's just say you're a track runner and you're working and you're running from cloud to cloud. I'm just using a random example. If you're hopping from lily pad to lily pad, like a video game, but if you're wearing rose quartz, try it on your left side and on your right side. You'll notice I call it a circuit. This is actually how I learned about crystals being a circuit from the right and on the left side. It's because it goes like this. Remember how I said energy circulates? It circulates. So the most easy, most powerful, most beneficial way to use rose quartz is either on both sides or as a necklace. And then you'll notice people are more nice to you. This is a friendship crystal as well. So you'll find new love within friends, and you'll find new love within people that you actually progress with in relationships. For example, if you're marrying someone and if you're getting into a marriage and that person can be sour here and there, now that person's a lot more sweet because that rose quartz purified your energy to the point where you've passed that blockage and it's being projected into your environment, and now you just feel better. Let me talk about the colors of rose quartz, because you see my rose quartz. It's like I just gave it away. Madagascan rose quartz is a different hue. There's a tiny difference between other rose quartzes. When you see blue and purple in it, it means it's more of the crown, and it's more so cleaning your mind of trauma. It cleans the heart mainly, then your mind. But that's my rose quartz, another Madagascan. Actually, that's Mozambique rose quartz right there. That little pink one next to the amber. That's citrine. Next to the citrine, let me make sure, because sunstone, citrine, orange jade, above the blue crystals. You see the translucent one, right? Translucent means like clear. But the thing is, when it comes to rose quartz that's in different colors, it doesn't do that much of a big difference. So just whatever rose quartz you like. Interesting fact about rose quartz, because you see the really clear one, you see one that's a little more pink and purple, it doesn't really matter. They all clean you. So it works on you and it changes you. It's not changing, well, it's changing your surroundings by changing you. That's the best thing to understand about rose quartz. This is the best crystal you can wear. Best crystal you can wear as a necklace, because try to get over the exact place you want it to work on, which is your heart. And it's also a good little sneak peek. Little secret is it's really good for finances too, because it makes you more receptive to money. Some people are just, they want money, abundance, prosperity, job opportunities, etc., and that person's not aligned. It's because they're not receptive to it sometimes. So it makes you more receptive to financial abundance. You can get your rose quartz from floridastoneman.com. I have very good rose quartz. I'll make an entire series on it soon. I actually did amethyst today. This is a new necklace going on the website. I actually have one between rose quartz as well. Very powerful, very beautifully made. This can function as a multi-bracelet as well. But I highly suggest you wear it as a necklace versus bracelets. I wish I could wear these around my neck, but I'm still figuring out how. Any questions? Ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Check out my website, floridastoneman.com. Ciao.